Somos médicos ahora. Madre mía, un poco de cosa, Lo que me gustaba muchísimo de este juego es estas cosas. Para la época, weón, que es sorprendente. Mira la bandana de las voces. Ah, se lo utiliza para... Está bueno.
Good job, Snake.
Venga.
We're coming to get you now. Just stay where you are. We'll drop a recovery balloon. Can you set it up?
Claro que sí está. Ahorita cuando empiece, le pongo pause, guardo. Hey, dude. ¿Cómo sonar? O sea, yo me salté la parte donde aparece Eva. Es ahorita. Estoy esperando que salga, ¿no? Evangelina. ¿Cómo se llama ella? Segundo. No, Segundo, perdón. El del 5 también es chulo, El Metal Gear Solid 5. El Segundo. Venga, Debo, cuídate. Nos vemos en la próxima. La próxima. Ocelote.
Excellent. A great success. Thanks to the boss and her cobras, I have both Sokolov and the Shagohod.
Muchas gracias por pasarte y acompañarme tú y por esa sub, Vincenzo. Gracias, hermano. Vale, estamos en contacto. Ahí me avisa cualquier cosa. Estés bien, bro, cuídate. Ajá, ahí está. La guapura. Bueno, no, aquí no se ve tan guapura, pues, pero... Gracias, hermano, cuídate. Que estés bien, Super Vincenzo.
Not so fast, my dear. A kiss of death.
Are you KGB?
We may be able to use her. She has spunk.
¿Qué pasó, Luis? Welcome back, hermanos.
Perhaps we should. We have no further use for Sokolov's research facility. I think it's time I gave this marvelous new toy a try.
Colonel, even if they are our enemies, they're still our countrymen.
But it won't be me that pulled the trigger. It'll be our friend, the American defector.
You're going to nuke your fellow Russians?
Remember Remember the Alamo.
Colonel!
Tremendo, ¿eh? Guardemos. Ah, claro, papá. Claro. Vamos. Ahora sí quiero hacer eso. Konami presenta, mira, era solamente la presentación, ¿eh? ¿Qué pasó en Macas? Tremenda canción, ¿eh? Cuando presentaron el remake. Tremenda canción. Me acuerdo cuando escuché la canción en el remake. ¿Qué pasó con esa 16 queo? Hoy es 16. Esta parte es buena también, complicada. Contra el bicho este de fantasmagórico. Hideo Kojima. Segundo.
Tree frog, it's ordeal, the trial to survive. For the day we see new light, I give my life, not for honor,
Volgin,
but for
cerdo asqueroso.
in my time, there'll be no
¿Sí? Oye, hay bastantes mosquitos allá, ¿no? Ya se estuvo comentando Alox. Quiero hacer el cambio para ver. One week later. One week later.
Currently flying over the Arctic Ocean, altitude 30,000 feet, approaching Soviet airspace. Arriving at the designated drone launch point. Drone oil pressure and voltage are nominal. Payload oxygen supply is nominal. Power supply to payload antifreeze system shows no problems. No gusts. All systems go for drone detachment.
Snake, we can't risk a halo jump this time around. Airspace security has gotten tighter since we were last here. We can't get as close to the ground as we did during the Virtuous mission. So instead, we'll be using one of our newest weapons. Snake, you're being given an honor on par with Alan Shepard. This is our last chance. Show your patriotism. If you fail, you'll be back in a hospital bed again, waiting for the firing squad. So how does it feel to be a patient in one of the most advanced ICUs in the world?
Would you do me a favor and tell the suits about visiting hours? I'll never get better with them assaulting me day and night with their questions.
Must be part of the top brass's inquiry.
More like an interrogation. According to them, I'm a traitor and an accomplice to the boss's defection.
Ah, sí.
They're just looking for a scapegoat.
Does that mean they're after you too?
Let's just say neither one of us is going to be made a national hero out of this.
Does this mean Fox is going to die?
No. This fox is still one step ahead of the hounds. The reason I came to see you today, Jack, it's time for Fox to clear its name.
What are you talking about?
The situation has changed. We've still got a chance to come out of this one alive.
Yeah, what kind of chance?
Don't get too excited. Here, have a cigar. It's Cuban.
Ah, Sunday.
This morning, I had a meeting with the CIA.
They decided when they're going to execute us?
No. Something even bigger. Yesterday, the White House received an unexpected call.
President Johnson? Yes, I hear you, Mr. Chairman.
It was a hotline call from Khrushchev to President Johnson.
From the head of the Soviet Union?
That's right.
A few days ago, one of our country's main design bureaus, OKB 754, was destroyed in a nuclear explosion. At about the same time, our anti-aircraft radar picked up a signature that appeared to come from one of your military aircraft. Does any of this sound familiar to you? In retaliation, I have placed our armed forces on secondary alert. Depending on your response, I may be left with no choice but to order the military to maximum alert and unleash Armageddon. With the help of your predecessor, I was able to survive the Cuban incident. But my power is not as great as it once was. If I am to survive this crisis, I must have your full cooperation.
I should have contacted you myself. Did you know that one of our soldiers defected to your country a week ago?
No.
So you haven't heard then. The man who arranged the defection was a GRU colonel by the name of Yevgeny Borisovich Volgin.
Volgin.
El Volgin.
Brezhnev faction. Go on. Who is the soldier?
Her name is the Boss.
Ah,
She's a living legend. During World War II, she was the one who led us to victory in that war. In Russia, you know her as Voyevoda.
You
Voyevoda.
mean the boss? The mother of your special forces?
Yes, that's the one. And she took 2 miniature nuclear shells along with her.
The boss took 2 miniature nuclear shells.
Eliminar
I'm
mosquito
afraid
es tu
so.
hobby,
I
Gonza.
believe they were a gift for her new hosts. The Davy Crockett Atomic Battle Group
Y
delivery
ves a Blinda
system was
aplástalo como una
completed 2
cucaracha
years ago.
también.
Serious problems were found with the launcher's range and precision. Although they were mass-produced, they've never been deployed in battle.
But Sokolov's research facility was completely wiped
Yo,
out.
Dani.
The whole area is polluted.
I can only offer you my deepest condolences over
Danny
this
DeVito.
terrible tragedy.
So, the boss, with Colonel Volgin's help, stole 2 experimental nuclear shells and took them with her as gift when she defected. Then, shortly thereafter, Sokolov's design lab, a top-secret military research facility, was destroyed by one of these weapons. Am I right so far?
Yes, that's correct.
And the American government denies any involvement in the affair. Is that right as well?
That's correct. We were not involved in any way.
Then what was a U.S. military aircraft doing on our radar screen? It was clearly in a violation of our airspace. And yet you say it was not acting under your orders.
That's correct.
You expect me to believe that this was all the work of a single soldier?
I don't know what else to tell you.
The army insists that this is all a ploy on your part.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. Our government had nothing to do with it.
And I would like dearly to believe you. However, I'm afraid my power over the military has weakened since the Cuban incident. I will need some kind of proof that this was not the action of the American government.
Todo es culpa de ellos.
You have 1 week. You must catch the boss yourselves and recover the remaining nuclear device.
Claro, tenemos que recuperar
Then you
el...
must find some way to prove your innocence.
Prove
Metal
our
Gear.
innocence.
Yes, preferably something painful. Prove to me that this is not merely another one of your tricks.
The boss should be close to Colonel Volgin. How about a little co-action?
I would not expect too much if I were you. The political situation here is unstable. And Colonel Volgin is a member of the Brezhnev faction, which seeks to topple it. 1 week. You have only
Ojo.
1 week. And if it is not
Hoy es mi cumple.
do something about Volgin as well.
What is that supposed to be?
Grande Heavy.
Nothing.
Gracias por ese regalo de
Means nothing.
cumpleaños, hermano.
Call it a modest gentleman's agreement to ensure.
Muchas gracias,
a relationship.
Drew. Ponte todo
What
heavy,
if we
grande.
can't
Muchas gracias por ese
prove
resub,
our
hermano. A
No,
tope.
I'm unable to restrain the military. I will be ousted, and they will seek their revenge.
A nuclear attack on the United States?
Ponte todo heavy. Tengo
I'll
un
leave the
mental.
disposal of this
Bien, bien.
situation entirely to your discretion.
Obra
Mr.
maestra, hermano.
Disposal.
Sí, sí, el 20 de marzo, pues, pero que hoy se suscribió el Andrew. Y ahora tú. No sé, por eso digo. Hoy es mi cumple.
To put it simply, in
Gracias,
order to avoid a
gracias.
full-scale nuclear conflict, we have to prove that America was not involved in that explosion.
Muchas gracias por ese resub,
And
heavy,
eliminating
grande,
the
bro.
boss ourselves will prove America's innocence.
Right. The
Estamos dándole
higher-ups
cañita
decided that
al
you're the only
snack
one capable
éter,
of
papá.
pulling this off.
Hermoso.
You were her last apprentice. Screw this one up, and we'll both be 6 feet under. There's no choice.
Tenemos que capturar a la de Bose y tenemos que buscar al Sajo.
Are
El
the Russians going
Sajo.
to be helping us?
El Metal Gear.
The KGB has promised to lend us one of their communications satellites so that you and I can talk to each other.
That's it?
They've also put us in touch with a couple of insiders.
Insiders?
Este
There
juego
was a
no lo pude
defection in
pasar en
September
su momento.
1960.
¿Por qué, Heavy? ¿No te gustó?
Remember it?
You mean the 2 NSA codebreakers who went over to the Soviet Union?
Precisely.
Es un
Since
juego de
then,
Kojima, hermano.
they've
Esto es
apparently been training with the KGB for exactly this kind of situation. Their code names are Adam and Eve.
adentrarte
I've been told that Adam
en
has
el texto
infiltrated
y
Volgin's
en la
ranks.
historia y como
Also
todos
arranged
los
for him to provide you with an escape route. You'll need to rendezvous with him when you get there.
muchas gracias, Gonza. 38, papá, se vienen. El 20 de marzo, mi cumple. Dentro de un mes. Bueno, 3 semanas.
Control. Unidentified aircraft detected. Altitude 30,000 feet.
Muchas gracias, Maca.
It's fast. Estimated airspeed exceeding Mach 3. Bearing south. I'm about to lose it.
¡Me viene! Esto es cine. Cine en la PlayStation 2. Nada más que agregar. Cine en la PlayStation 2. Cayendo siempre con estilo. Grande, Naked Snake. El Snake. ¿No le pudiste ganar a The Boss? ¿Sí? ¿No le pudiste ganar a The Boss? ¿Y eso? Claro, yo no me acuerdo muy bien. Yo le gané. Pero creo que había que hacer algo. No me acuerdo qué era lo que había que hacer. El que más me costó a mí matar, me acuerdo, fue a The End.
This is Snake.
En
Do
su
you read
momento.
me?
Loud and clear.
Hasta
Glad
que
to
me
see
di
you landed
cuenta
safely.
I got blown pretty far off target.
que tenía que
Snake,
eliminar el
let's
pajarraco
go over your
asqueroso
mission
ese, el loro
objectives one
asqueroso.
more time. Rescue Sokolov. Find out what's happened to the Shagohod, then destroy it. And finally, eliminate the boss.
Eliminate the boss.
This mission will be codenamed Operation Snake Eater.
Ajá.
Because I'll be taking on the boss in our Cobra unit, right?
Don't forget about Colonel Volgin.
Ajá.
I'm not a hired
El
killer.
Volgui,
I know,
el Volgui
but
es
that was the Kremlin's demand.
demasiado
Demand? You mean it wasn't just a request? What's it to us if the Khrushchev regime is threatened by the colonel and his faction?
If supporting the current regime helps us avoid a nuclear exchange, then that's what we'll do.
And what are the CIA's demands?
¿Ahora se me escucha mejor a mí?
Our priorities are the rescue of Sokolov and the destruction of the Shagohod.
Roger that, Major.
Es de joder el
Hold on,
descontrol que ahora sí va puro reggaetón, papá. Yo
I'm
pongo
changing
puro
my
reggaetón
code
de
name.
música, ¿eh? Que no
It
le
turns
gusta,
out Tom
que se
wasn't the
joda.
most auspicious choice.
What do you mean?
Well, the truth is, when I chose my code name, I picked the wrong one.
Evito los pasajes, va al lado,
one.
¿no?
Did you ever see the movie The
Esos son los
Great
millones.
Escape? It came out last year.
I must have missed that one.
Anyway, it's based on a true story about prisoners who escaped from a POW camp in Nazi Germany. The prisoners dig 3 tunnels as part of their plan, but the Nazis find 2 of the tunnels before they're finished. The prisoners succeed in escaping by using the last remaining tunnel. The names of those 3 tunnels were Dick, Harry, and Tom.
I get it. You used the name of the tunnel they escaped in as your code name because you thought it would bring you good luck.
Yes, that's exactly right. At least, that was the plan.
But
But I got the name wrong. The one they escaped in was Harry. Tom was one of the unlucky tunnels. It was discovered by the Nazis before it was finished.
Harry
I
los
watched the
Henderson.
movie again just to make sure. In fact, I even ordered the actual film from the movie company.
yeah, it doesn't sound like the greatest name to use. So what should I call you?
You know, let's just use Zero, like we've been doing all along.
All right then. Major Zero it is. We'll start over from square one.
From square 0. My frequency?
Ya sé, hermano.
140.85.
Grande.
Oh, I almost forgot.
Grande Tom.
Paramedic is with us again on this mission.
Is this her last chance too?
If we fail, she'll have her medical license revoked. It's more or less the same kind of fate. Her frequency is the same as during the
misma
virtuous
frecuencia.
mission, 145.73. She'll be recording your mission data as well, just like the last time. That frequency is also the same, 140.96. And there's one more person on your support team. His name is Mr. Sigint.
Siguen.
He's an expert on the latest in weapons and equipment technology. You'll be going up
Quiero
against
conseguir el
the world's
rifle.
most advanced weaponry when you infiltrate the
Con el
research
rifle
facility.
se me
If you have any questions, just
facilitaría las
ask him.
cosas.
His frequency is 148.41.
Mr. Sigint. Got it.
Adam, your KGB contact, is waiting for you at the abandoned factory up ahead.
The same factory Sokolov was being held in.
Ah,
last
y donde
week.
aparece nuestra
Yes,
queridísima,
meet up with
guapísima,
Adam first.
guapísima.
He's cleared the way
Vale.
for you to rescue Sokolov.
How'll I know this Adam guy when I see him?
You'll know once you reach the factory. The whole area's been polluted by the fallout from that nuclear blast. No one else would dare come close. The password is
Ahora se me escucha bien heavy.
Who are the Patriots? And
O
Lali
sigue
Lulelo.
se escuchándose bajo.
Lali Lulelo. Gotcha.
You've been equipped with a 45 for this mission. Be careful, it's noisy.
I thought standard Fox procedure was procure on-site weapons acquisition.
The circumstances are different this time. You're now on an official mission for the United States government. It would be necessary to make your presence known to a certain extent, to the Khrushchev regime at the very least. But remember, this is still a sneaking mission. Snake, if you fail this mission, it will mean an all-out nuclear war. Keep that in mind and proceed with extreme caution.
Understood. Commencing Operation Snake Eater.
Vale, Guillermo. Estamos 30%. A ver, camuflaje primero que nada. Camuflaje, camuflaje. Este es el mejor camuflaje que tengo. Me voy por si acaso, porque tengo una granada por allá. Y el detector de los bichos, a ver. Ah, bueno. Vale. Hay que volver al mismo lugar. Hay una serpiente por aquí. Voy a ponerme el cuchillo por si acaso, porque estas serpientes son pesaditas. Si no te das cuenta, te revientan las condenadas porque son unas cerdas. Ven acá. Vale. Necesito una rana. Yo tengo rana en mi inventario. Creo que sí tengo rana. Por si acaso. A tenerla por ahí. La rana René. Ajo, mira. Tenemos aquí un... Date la vuelta, concha tu madre. Snake. Ah, tengo que dispararle, weón. Pero no quiero gastar en ese bicho. Tengo una coleccionable, pero... Gracias. Gracias, amigo. Gracias, amigo. Gracias, amiguete. No. Mire, hay una serpiente por aquí. Me gusta la serpiente. Ahora ahí. Por si acaso, pues me las como y ahí me alimento. Pues. Corre. Corre, Guillermo. Ah, muchas gracias, Gonzo. Muchas gracias, Heavy. Feliz cumpleaños. Gracias, Leandro. No es mi cumpleaños, hermano. El 20 de marzo es mi cumple. El 20 de marzo. Ah, vamos a hacer. Ya, lo que iba a hacer algo. Yo iba a hacer algo muy importante. Vamos a guardar. ¿Cómo es que se podía guardar aquí? No me acuerdo. Voy a guardar. Me arriesgo. Cámara. Nos arriesgamos para ver si lo puedo poner en español. Me gustaría ver si lo podemos poner en español. Es una buena opción, Ahí abajo. Veo serpientes. Todo eso está lleno de serpientes, hermano. ¿Y qué hay? Serpientes por aquí también. Ya estoy vasto de serpientes. Que yo lo que voy a hacer es... Mira. Esa serpiente, mira. Esa serpiente, mira. Venga. Si pasaba por ahí, te iba a picar, entonces empezabas envenenado como un cerdo. Que lo cumpla feliz, que lo cumpla, que lo cumpla mucho. Me acuerdo que en el Metal Gear Solid 2 la parte final me dejó loquísimo cuando... Ah, sí, es súper... No, el 2 me gustó bastante también. Yo me quiero pasar aquí todos los Metal Gear. Yo el 2 lo tengo guardado también, ¿te acuerdas? Nosotros lo jugamos hace años. Cuando éramos felices y no lo sabíamos.
Looks like death wasn't ready for you yet.
Otra vez, mira, nos enfrentamos. ¡Round 2! ¡Fight!
Boss,
That arm still hurt?
what are you doing here?
Otra vez nos dan otra pela. Segunda pela. En ridículo otra vez.
Go home. Go home. Gru and my sons are waiting up ahead. You don't have a prayer of finishing your mission. You're not even armed.
Boss!
Creo que tiene guardado automático. Voy a salirme y voy a reiniciar el juego. A ver si me permite la opción de... No lo hagamos así, bueno. La verdad que es lo mismo resultado, pues. No, bueno, no
There's
cambia.
nothing for you here. Go home.
Voy a
Go
tener que
back to
leer,
your
pues.
boss. There's no need to prove that you are virtuous here. This isn't America.
Esto es cine.
That should stir things up a bit. You'd better hurry.
Lo he dicho como 3 veces.
The border is 60 miles south of here. You ought to be able to run that far.
Why'd you defect?
I didn't. I'm loyal to the end, to my purpose. What about you, Jack? What's it going to be? Loyalty to your country or loyalty to me? Your country or your old mentor? The mission or your beliefs? Your duty to your unit or your personal feelings? You don't know the truth yet. But sooner or later, you'll have to choose. I don't expect you to forgive me. But you can't defeat me either. You know me too well. Just look at that bandana. If you can't put the past behind you, you won't survive long. If we meet again, I'll kill you.
Otra vez fracturado, hermana.
Go home.
Están subidísimas las cinemáticas. ¿Sí? ¿Te parece? Te bajo un poquito.
This is Snake. Major Zero.
I read you, Snake.
I was ambushed by the boss.
You were what?
The drone's been shot to hell. It's up in flames.
That's not good. Enemy scouts are going to come looking for you.
Yeah, I know. But what was the boss doing here in the first place? There's got to be a leak somewhere.
No, that's impossible. The man the boss is working with, Volgin, isn't exactly on speaking terms with Khrushchev.
I lost my gun. The boss destroyed it.
Snake, I know how you're feeling. It's hard for me to believe, too, that a legendary hero like the boss would go over to the Russians. That she'd double-cross us like this. But that's how it is, and if you don't accept it, you'll never be able to beat her.
That's not the problem. In terms of sheer technique, I'll never be able to beat her. I know that all too well.
You've got to do it, Snake. She's your enemy and your objective.
Enemy? We were together for 10 years, and now you tell me she's my enemy?
Enough. Hurry to the factory where Adam is waiting. Scouts have probably already been sent out to investigate the explosion. You've lost your weapon, right? That means you've got no chance of winning in a battle situation. Whatever you do, don't let them see you.